even though I've been mistreated, even though folks may have talked about me, even though I may have been forgotten, the one thing that I did not lose is the prospect that God can heal me. God bless you. This is Pastor Jeff Gaskin, and welcome to Into the Sermon. On this past Sunday, I spoke a message from John chapter 5, Mercy Moved Me. We dealt with the man at the pool of Bethesda who had been there for 38 years, and we talked about his experience. There's a few things that jumped out. One is that Jesus sees us amidst the multitude, amidst everything that's going on in our lives. Jesus sees us. Jesus will confront us, but he does not condemn us. And we see this as Jesus asked the man, "Would thou be made whole?" Also, we find that Jesus has a plan that is unique to us. He healed this man in a way that was different than everyone else who was healed at the pool of Bethesda. And then we also learn that God blesses us in the collective, meaning that the blessing that God bestowed on him was not just about healing in that moment, but it was about how he became a living testimony and how the last 38 years all culminated in the moment where the Lord worked through his life and he became a vivid impression or a vivid representation of the power of God and what God can do. And then lastly, we talked about how the Lord's word has the power within it to perform it. So when the Lord told him to rise, he was able to rise because healing power was in the commandment that God had given him. During this time, we like to collect questions that may come in from the congregants, from the worshipers, and two questions came in. And the first was this: how do we make sure that we don't covet how God blesses or heals someone else? And the short answer is that we must have faith and confidence in Jeremiah 29:11. That the Lord knows the thoughts that he thinks towards us, thoughts of good and not of evil, to give us an expected end. Knowing that he is a personal savior and that he would have went to Calvary's cross just for me gives me the confidence and the assurance that God has a blessing plan in store just for me. So I don't covet how God moves in someone else's lives. I know that God is going to move in my life as well. And the second question that came about dealt with our responsibility after we are made whole. In the story, the man had the responsibility to not only to rise, but to take up his bed and walk. And it's important that as God blesses us and delivers us and heals us, that we ask God, Lord, how do I use my new self? How do I use this self that is now walking in freedom in order to bring you glory, honor, and praise? How do I become a better representation of you on the earth? And we do that by seeking the face of God, by asking God, by seeking out wisdom. The Bible tells us in the book of James that if anyone lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives liberally to all and upbraideth not. I want to challenge you today. If the Lord has blessed you, if he has caused breakthrough to happen in your life, it's not just so that you can enjoy the breakthrough, but it's that you may bring glory and honor to his name, just as this man did at the pool of Bethesda. This is Living Waters Christian Center, and this is your Into the Sermon moment with Pastor Jeff Gaskin. Stay blessed and encouraged.